Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here at IBG with Sean Fallon. And Sean, you just got some nice work in today, man. Could you just tell me about how practice went for you and what you were trying to work on?
Man, practice was tough today. We went grappling heavy, a little bit mixed between MMA and grappling, and just hard wrestling and chaining everything together and working on our transitions, you know, punching into takedowns and just making it ugly everywhere. So.
Okay, yeah, so you actually have a fight coming up in Bellator. It's your Bellator debut. How did you go about, I guess, your whole road towards Bellator?
Oh man, I mean, I turned pro back in 2013, I believe, and had 45 mixed martial arts matches, and yeah, I've just been working towards this goal my whole career, basically, you know, fighting the toughest guys regionally that I could find, and just trying to work my way up to the big stage, you know, in hopes that I would reach this point one day, you know. And
so with that, with the whole grappling based practice today, do you think that was towards your opponent that you're having coming up, Dagestani tough guy?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's no question what his game plan is. Undefeated Dagestani, you know, wrestling heavy fighter. So he looks to take it to the ground, make it real ugly on the ground, look for submissions and ground and pound. And yeah, we've been working on a lot of strategy to counter that. And I think my style just fits nicely against that style of opponent. So.
Okay, yeah. And what actually got you here at IBG? Like, did you start your whole career with IBG, or did you start somewhere else?
I started somewhere else. I was with Team Wolfpack. Bubba McDaniel, Hector Urbina, and like Anthony Lapsley. Those were my mentors coming up for my first couple of years, and then yeah, I switched over to IBG, and I've been here for about 8 or 9 years. Coach Bad has been my biggest mentor in the sport, and my game has just evolved so much from a push from him. I mean, in my opinion, he's the best coach in the world. He cares about his fighters and has a great mind for the sport, and he's unbelievable, man. And you see the push that he gave us in practice.
Yeah. So, how did you find about IBG, and like, what is it that I guess attracted you to here?
I found out about IBG the first time actually because I was cornering a guy against an IBG guy, and I saw Pat in the corner. Luke Taylor was fighting my boy Bryant Whitaker, and that was my first exposure to these guys. And I was just, the way they were doing things, they were just grimy and in shape, tough dudes, and I don't know, I just thought, man, I need to get with these guys and get that push, started cross-training with them, and then made the full-time switch about 2 years later. Yeah, I don't know, I just saw the type of fighters they were producing, and I knew I had to get with the best around. So. And
since you've been here, how much has your game elevated? I know you've been here about 9 years, but do you think you'd be where you are now if you just stuck where you were at, or did you have to come to a big gym like IBG?
I would have had to have gone somewhere, that's for sure, and I'm glad I picked IBG, you know. Not quite a super gym, you know, in terms of numbers, but we have that individualized attention that you wouldn't get at a super gym. And like I said, I just think the coaching is second to none. And
yeah, IBG actually produces a lot of big-time fighters like you guys have. I mean, you're in Bellator, you have a couple UFC vets as well. So would you attribute that all to Pat and his coaching style?
100%. I mean, he just gets the most out of you, you know, as much as I hate it sometimes. Today was painful. I mean, it was just rough the whole time through, and it'll make you question yourself at times for sure. But yeah, we need that push, you know.
Yeah, so you guys have a legend like Chris Lytle in here. Is he in here on like the daily basis with you guys?
He's in here on a regular basis, not on a daily basis anymore, but anytime we can have him in here, we of course appreciate it. And so much experience, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure the knowledge that he's given you guys has been tremendous.
Yeah, it's been amazing, for sure.
So, how long, when you started out, did you start out in Jiu Jitsu, or was it MMA? Or?
I started out doing everything pretty much at the same time. I played football in college. As soon as I got done with my senior year of football, immediately I turned my attention to mixed martial arts, and I've just been running with it ever since.
Okay. And what is your current rank in Jiu Jitsu?
I'm a brown belt. I got my brown belt, I think, back in 2019. Not a big gi school. I think I maybe wore the belt maybe once or twice in competition, but yeah, we're mostly a no-gi school. If I do a no-gi tournament, of course I'll do the expert level, and yeah, that's really it. I don't know.
So how many different tournaments have you competed in Jiu-Jitsu?
I mean, I've done ADCC trials, I've done a lot of sub-only invitationals.
Have you ever competed under EBI rules?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I love that rule set.
Yeah, I think it's the best. Yeah, I talked to Eddie Bravo about it, and I told him I think it's the best set in all of jiu-jitsu, really.
Yeah.
So how was your experience at ADCC?
It was a cool experience. I went up in weight because I had a fight shortly after, and I didn't want to waste another weight cut. And some big, strong dudes in there for sure,
Yeah.
and just the level is unreal there. I went against Dominic Bell my first match, and I lost on points. It was good to go see that level and get that experience.
What was the weight class that you entered in there?
I think it would have ended up being 193 pounds.
What is that? 99 kilos or 88
Something
kilos?
like that.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
88.
Yeah.
My math's a little off right
I don't
now.
know the transfer on that either.
Yeah.
But what are you looking for in your match, in your debut at Bellator? Like, what are you looking to impose in that match?
I'm just looking to put the pace on him. I mean, this match actually is up in weight as well. I normally fight at light and welterweight. And
So this is at middleweight then?
It's at middleweight. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So it's a jump up. I haven't even fought a legitimate middleweight fight. I've fought catchweights before on short notice at like 180. So I'll be giving up a little bit of size for sure.
And how did you go about getting contacted from Bellator? Did they just call you like, hey, you know, we need you to come up, or how did that
They
work?
offered the fight. I knew they were going to offer something, and they offered this match at middleweight. We asked them if we could get a match at welterweight, and at least on this card coming up, there was nothing available, and I've been waiting for a long time as it is, and I'm just ready to go. I mean, I think my skills are going to speak for themselves. You know, welterweight is ideal for me, but it's a fight, you know what I mean? So I'll look to tire out the bigger guy and put the pace on him and just let my skills do the talking, you know?
Yeah, and this is a big card coming up. I mean, you got Corey Anderson fighting, and then you also have Pitbull fighting as well for the titles.
Yeah.
And Corey Anderson was in here training before, wasn't he?
Yeah. He just bought a house in Indianapolis, and he's been working with us. He's in Jersey right now, finishing up his camp. I'm actually going to go meet him for a couple weeks, in a week or two, and go get with his camp. And he's got some bigger middleweights that are wrestling heavy, so I'll get some really good work down there.
Yeah, so he was actually winning that fight before what happened in that fight. What does it feel like to be able to roll and train with somebody who's basically the champion, uncrowned champion at Bellator?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good measuring stick to see where we're at, you know what I mean? He's a few weight classes above me, and just a great training partner all around, very skilled, and his skill set kind of counters mine, and vice versa, so we give each other good looks, I think, you know? He's heavy with the wrestling and with the boxing, and I'm more of a kickboxer with Jiu Jitsu, so I don't know, it's been good work for sure. I very much appreciate him and his willingness to, you know, let us come train at his camp, stay with him.
So is this going to be pretty much his permanent gym here when he moves here?
When he's in town, yeah, he'll be with us for sure.
Oh, awesome.
He'll still be doing his camp with Mark Henry in Jersey, and we're going to bring a handful of guys down there and, yeah, just get some good work, man.
Have you got to work with Mark Henry at all?
I have not yet. This will be my first time.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I thank you for your time, brother.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
pleasure.
Best of luck to you on your Bellator debut.
Yeah, thank you.